Hi, friends. Did you miss Reddit stories? Without further ado, let's get started. Don't forget to rate the video. Thanks. It all started 3 weeks ago, after we broke up. Before that, we'd been together for almost a year. At first, everything was just perfect. Lily was stunningly beautiful. I never dreamed a girl like that would even notice me. But what really made me fall for her was how well we fit together. We understood each other without words. She anticipated my every desire. I'd barely set down my fork to reach for the tomato sauce, and she was already handing it to me. I'd sit on the couch, in the mood for a good horror movie, and before I could suggest it, she'd smile and say, "Feels like a horror movie night." I'd wake up from rather explicit dreams, and she'd already be throwing a leg over me, ready to start the morning exactly the way I'd imagined. So, after 5 months, I made the very wise and not at all premature decision to ask her to move in with me. It was amazing. At first. She didn't mind me playing video games for hours. She'd just sit nearby, watching me play. She didn't care what I was doing, as long as I was with her. Always there. At first, I liked it, even though I knew we were probably too attached. I started seeing my friends less, calling my parents less often. One day after work, the guys invited me to the pub. I didn't see a problem with it and texted Lily to let her know I'd be home late. Just a few pints. There were girls in revealing outfits at the bar, so I didn't stay long. I didn't even look at them. I averted my eyes out of respect for Lily. But when I got home, Lily was furious. "You went to a bar where half-naked girls dance?" I didn't make excuses. I felt guilty as she sobbed into my chest. I hadn't realized how much it would hurt her. I shouldn't have gone at all. So I stopped going to the bar with the guys. I thought the problem was the girls. So when the guys invited me to play golf, I figured it would be fine, totally innocent. I was wrong. She got angry again. "You don't even like golf," she exclaimed. "I just wanted to see my friends," I replied. "So you'd rather spend time with them than with me?" I was shocked to see this side of her. I'd never noticed it before, and it kind of pushed me away. Was she serious? "Honey, I'm allowed to see my friends, right?" I said slowly, hoping she'd see how ridiculous she was being. She did. She sighed, the anger fading into sadness. My heart clenched with guilt. "I'm sorry. I just missed you so much," she said. After that, she stopped making scenes when I went out without her. Instead, she punished me quietly. When I came home after seeing friends, she wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't even look at me. And every time, the guilt would eat at me, even though I knew I hadn't done anything wrong. The breaking point was seeing my mom. When I came home from that visit, Lily was cold and distant again, and once more I felt that completely irrational guilt. I'd had enough. "Are you serious, Lily? You're seriously going to make me feel guilty for seeing my own mother, the woman who gave birth to me?" "I'm sorry," she said, tears in her eyes. "I'm just jealous." "Of my mom? That's insane." She moved closer. "Well, maybe. Maybe I just want you to be mine. Is that so wrong?" she murmured quietly. She looked at me from under those thick lashes with such love that for a moment I was in a trance, forgetting why I was even angry. I knew that if she touched me, I'd give in. So I stepped back. "I don't think I can take this anymore," I said quietly, avoiding her eyes. If I looked at her, I wouldn't be able to say it. "I think we need a break." "A break?" she scoffed. "Or a break-up?" I didn't answer. "Fine, I'll decide for you then," she said. "Good luck finding someone who understands you like I do." She packed her things and left. I stayed silent, though every part of me wanted to stop her. But this was for the best, for me and for her. Her attachment was unhealthy. This relationship was destructive for both of us. The weekend was absolute hell. I sat at my computer staring at a loading screen, remembering her touch, her calm, comforting presence. The house felt unbearably empty. The strangeness started the next day at work, though I didn't notice it then. Looking back, I don't know how I missed it. "You all right, mate? Have a fight with your girlfriend?" Greg, my senior manager, asked. He was a good guy. "I messed up," I muttered without thinking. It was the only sentence my brain seemed able to form. "Oh, so you're good then? Great, mate. Just hung over then, yeah?" Greg winked. I frowned at him, but I was too deep in my own head to notice how wrong his response was. It wasn't until the next shift that I really started to notice. "We're heading to the bar tonight, Harry. You in?" Lachlan asked. I hesitated. My first instinct was to say no, to say I wasn't in the mood. But then I remembered there was no one waiting for me at home, and a pint with friends seemed better than going back to an empty apartment full of her memories. "Yeah, sure," I replied. "Oh, right. Your girlfriend doesn't want you going to bars with half-naked girls, does she?" "Tell her they don't hold a candle to her and that amazing figure." Lachlan smirked. "Don't talk about her like that," I snapped. Then I frowned, processing his words. "I said I'm in. We broke up. Didn't Greg tell you? Still don't get what she sees in a guy like you. You're a 4? No, more like a 3.5. Lily's a solid 10. I stared at him, annoyed and confused. Was he not hearing me? "We broke up," I said slowly. "Honestly, I get why you don't hang out with us anymore. If I had a woman like that waiting for me in bed, you guys would never see me again either." Lachlan laughed. I just looked at him, wondering if he was messing with me, imagining for a second what my fist would feel like, connecting with his acne-scarred face. "Just shut the hell up," I said. "Say hi to her for me," he grinned. "Tell her I could show her what a real man looks like." I was seconds away from hitting him when Greg called us over. I joined the guys at the bar that night. I still caught myself looking away from the girls in skimpy clothes, even though I had no reason to anymore. But it felt wrong, a habit I couldn't shake. And annoyingly, Lachlan was right. No one compared to Lily. The guys looked surprised to see me. "What are you doing here, mate? Isn't it your anniversary tonight?" Greg asked. It was, exactly a year ago. But we weren't together anymore, and I was completely drained. "Guys, we broke up. Are you messing with me? It's not funny. Actually, it's pretty messed up. You just left her at home. That's low, man. We broke up." It was pointless. They ignored my words, and I didn't understand why. For the next half hour, they kept giving me strange, contemptuous looks. Judging looks. Lachlan just smirked, and I'd bet he thought he had a chance with Lily now. But Lily wasn't here. Why did they think she was still with me? What the hell was wrong with them? "You're a light ale," the waitress said, setting a bottle in front of me. I ordered a Guinness. I frowned. Usually, I'd just let it go. I hate making a scene. But after the guy's stupid jokes, something in me snapped. "Yes, that's your light ale," she said slowly, like I was dim. "I know, but I ordered a Guinness." "Sir, this is light ale," she repeated impatiently. I know. I was furious. Why did she look annoyed? I ordered Guinness. I'm telling you, this is your light ale, she snapped, crossing her arms and stormed off. I stared after her, completely disoriented. What the hell is her problem? I asked. No one answered. I turned to the guys, searching their faces for confirmation, but they all looked at me with hatred. What's wrong with you? Greg asked. Have you lost your mind? My heart sank. Was I losing my mind? Or had everyone around me gone crazy? I'm sorry, I said. I've been a wreck since Lily left me, okay? You didn't even buy her roses? Greg's eyebrows shot up. On your anniversary? Go home to your girlfriend, mate. Go make it right. What the hell? I stood up and left the bar. My head was pounding. My thoughts were spinning in circles. What was happening? At home, I called my mum. I needed an anchor, something familiar. Her voice always calmed me down. Hey, Mum. I really need someone to talk to, I said. I'm doing well, sweetie. How are you? She replied. The answer threw me. It didn't match what I'd said at all. But I convinced myself she'd misheard me. Mum had trouble hearing sometimes. Honestly, not great. Lily and I broke up a few days ago. My breath caught as I said it. My eyes stung. Since Lily left, this was the first time I felt tears coming. Talking to Mum always did that to me. Like I could finally let my guard down. Did she like the flowers? I hope you cooked her dinner too. You're a great cook, Harry, Mum said cheerfully. I went cold. No, she wouldn't mess with me like that. My mum wouldn't do that. She was never that cruel. I tried again, slower this time. Mum, we broke up. Lily and I broke up. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you two have such a great relationship. I hope you propose soon. She laughed. I threw my phone across the room. My chest heaved as I paced back and forth. Why wouldn't anyone understand what I was saying? Lily's voice echoed in my head. Good luck finding someone who understands you like I do. My thoughts raced. It was absurd, impossible, but I couldn't shake the feeling that this was her doing. Had she told my friends to mess with me, to make me feel crazy, to punish me? I was sure most guys would do anything for one of her smiles. But my mum, she'd never go along with that. I needed answers, so I grabbed my phone, relieved to find it wasn't damaged. The call was still connected. Harry, you there? Yeah, I have to go, Mum. Love you, I said. Yes, dear. See you next week, she replied. Even that didn't match what I'd said. I ended the call, took a deep breath, and dialed Lily's number, hesitating only for a moment. She picked up on the first ring, like she always did. Lily was always there when I needed her. Harry? Her voice was quiet, sad. My heart ached. I'd missed her voice more than I was ready to admit. I forced myself to focus. Did you tell everyone to mess with me? Mess with you? She repeated. Relief washed over me so fast I felt dizzy. For the first time in days, someone had responded to me correctly. She wasn't ignoring my words. She wasn't distorting them. She heard. She understood. Harry, what are you talking about? I stammered, suddenly realizing how crazy my words sounded. Still, I couldn't stay silent. It's just, everyone ignores me. They don't listen to anything I say. They make me feel insane. And I remember the last thing you said to me was, good luck finding someone who understands you like I do. She was silent. The silence stretched unbearably, my heart pounding in my chest. "I said that because I was hurt," she finally said, her voice quiet. Guilt stabbed through me. Even now, I didn't want to hurt her. "What do you mean, everyone ignores you?" she asked, genuine confusion in her voice, even concern. I ran my hand over my face. "It feels like they're messing with me. I say one thing, they say something completely different. I can't get through to anyone." Saying it out loud made it worse. Putting words to it made it feel real. I really did feel crazy. "I understand," she said. "You do?" "Yes. Ever since I moved back in with my parents, my friends, I don't know. It's like no one gets me. I can't connect with anyone either, Harry," she said softly. "Not since I met you." My chest ached. That wasn't what I meant, was it? "I miss you." The words escaped before I could stop them. They felt right, true. I did miss her. "I miss you too. But you were right. This is better. When I moved in with you, I only had you. I guess I got too attached. I was jealous. You had so many friends, and I only had you." She sighed, and the sound cut deep. Now I remembered those moments clearly. Her jealousy, her insecurity. I always brushed it off, but I'd lived in this town my whole life. She'd given up everything for me. Her family, her friends, her home. Of course she clung to me. Why had that ever seemed like a problem? Why didn't I just take her with me? The more I thought about it, the less sense our breakup made. The anxiety I'd felt around her was gone, replaced by a regret so sharp it hurt. "I want you to come back, Lily. I'm sorry I ignored your feelings. I was a terrible boyfriend," I said. "I want us to be together too." Hope flooded through me. "But I think we need a little more personal space. It's nice being around my friends and family again, remembering who I was before you." Something inside me twisted painfully. I didn't want her to remember who she was before me. I didn't want her to be okay without me. I wasn't okay without her. "Wait another week, then I'll come and we can try again," she offered. The thought of another week without her made my heart clench, but I held on. "Okay." All week, the only thing keeping me going was knowing I'd see her again soon. The madness didn't stop. People still didn't understand me. Everyone still acted like Lily and I were together, like nothing had happened. I'd ordered chicken parmigiana at a restaurant and get spaghetti instead. And then, finally, she was back. I met her at the station and swept her into my arms. She was as lovely as ever, smelling incredible despite being on a stuffy train for 7 hours. Her laugh was music to my ears. I had never been so happy in my life. We spent most of the evening in bed, and when we were physically spent, I turned to look at her and said, "I'm never letting you go again." "Finally, you understand how I feel," she smiled. She was home. At work, I was in a better mood than I'd been in 2 weeks. Greg noticed. "Someone's happy." "Yeah," I replied, knowing people would misinterpret everything I said. But I didn't care. My beautiful girl was back. "She's back," I said with a happy smile. Greg frowned. "Who? Lily?" His eyes widened. "You two broke up?" "Yeah, man." I trailed off. He'd hurt me. This time, he'd responded coherently. I narrowed my eyes. "So you were messing with me? Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? You heard me when I said we broke up, right? I asked. Mate, He stopped, frowning. Huh. Weird. What? I scoffed. You did tell us, he said, surprised. You told Jerry like 5 times in a row. We broke up. I stared at Greg, a cold, unpleasant feeling creeping over me at the genuine confusion on his face. Man, we thought you'd lost it. Why did I think it was normal when you said, let's play golf? You hate golf. You'd never suggest that. What the hell? He stepped back, looking like he might be sick. I feel weird, man, he said. You okay? I asked, genuinely concerned. Yeah, he frowned, looking at me strangely. Let's, get back to work. The thought haunted me all day. They really hadn't heard what I was saying. The other guys started understanding me too. They found it strange as well. Some kind of voodoo shit, Lachlan muttered. When he looked at me now, he almost seemed scared. But I didn't let it ruin my mood. Sure, I was a little confused, but my beautiful girl was back. Everything was right again. How was your day? Lily asked when I got home. I wrapped my arms around her and breathed in the scent of her hair. She was like a drug. Her smell, her warmth, my whole body relaxed. Good, but better now. Over the week, the guys invited me out more than usual. They were persistent, but I turned them down every time. All I wanted was to be with Lily. I cancelled on my mum. I wanted to spend every minute with Lily. I even started thinking about working remotely, just so I could stay home, just to be near her. But one day, the guys cornered me at work. They all looked worried, even Lachlan. Something's going on with you, man, Jerry said. And it's Lily. What? I laughed. Jerry stayed serious. What do you actually know about her? The question hit me like a ton of bricks. What do you mean? What does she do? Does she work? Where does her family live? How did you meet? Greg asked. My mind went blank. I couldn't answer any of those questions. But that wasn't the worst part. Something inside me, some primal instinct, was screaming that something was wrong, like it was warning me of a threat. She doesn't work, I said. Was that even true? I wasn't sure. I make enough to support us both, I shrugged. And she takes the train to see her family, so they obviously live in a city. So you don't actually know where her parents live? Jerry asked. Have you ever even met them? Of course I had. Right? My stomach dropped. When did she get back? Lachlan asked suddenly. I frowned. Why did he need to know? Saturday, I replied. The guys exchanged glances. Trains don't run on Saturdays, Harry, Greg said. He looked pale. What are you trying to say? I crossed my arms. She lied to you, and she's doing something weird to you, to all of us. We couldn't understand a word you said for a whole week, Harry. Do you have any idea how creepy that is? And now, when we think back on that week, it feels like something sinister was around us, something controlling us. Something's wrong with that girl. Don't talk about her like that, I snapped. How did you meet her, Harry? Greg repeated. I don't know. They exchanged another look, like I'd just confirmed their suspicions. You need to stay away from her. She's some kind of... Jerry trailed off, like even he knew the word he was about to say would sound ridiculous. Screw this, I'm leaving. I turned away. We've never even met her, Harry. I was sure we had, but we haven't. Does your mum even know her? I kept walking, because I didn't want to admit the truth. I didn't know, but I desperately wanted to be with her again. At home, she opened her arms, and I melted into them. "The guys were saying some weird crap today," I mumbled, holding her. "Just ignore them, baby. They'll never understand what we have," she purred. I took a few days off work. The guys kept calling, but I told them to leave me alone. One evening, I was looking for my favorite hoodie. It was cold, and I needed it. And I stumbled upon a room I didn't recognize. Just a regular room at the end of the hall, but I'd never seen it before. I blinked. How could I not know there was an entire room in my own apartment? I went inside. It was small, a simple guest room with a bed, a desk, and a closet. But in the middle of the room, there was a triangle of candles. And in the center lay my hoodie. My favorite book, the one I hadn't been able to find for months. And a toothbrush that had gone missing a few weeks ago. I stared at them in shock and took a hesitant step forward. "Don't touch anything. Come back to bed, baby." Lily's voice came from behind me. I turned, and despite the anxiety coursing through me, I couldn't help but smile at her sweet, sleepy face. "What is this?" I asked slowly, as if in a fog. She shrugged. My gaze slid back to the bed, and a strange thought occurred to me, almost funny. "Lily, when you left," I started, "did you ever actually leave?" She chuckled. "Of course not, Harry. I would never leave you. We'll always be together." I went back to bed. And now, as she sleeps beside me, I'm typing this on my phone. Part of me knows something is wrong, that I'm under some kind of spell. I can hear a small voice in my head telling me to leave, but it's getting quieter. Maybe the guys were right. Maybe something really is wrong with her. But has she really done anything against my will? She wants me to be with her always. I want to be with her always. I suppose the only reason I'm even writing this is that I'm forgetting that I ever felt differently. Because lately, I've been very forgetful. Or maybe I just want to hear what other people think. If a beautiful girl wants me to belong only to her, every day, for the rest of my life, is that really so bad? That's what I want, isn't it? How do you like this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you there.